Hey, how's it going? How in the world are you doing? I was thinking about this. I talked to, I don't know if you know who a guy named Damien Boudreau is. Talked to the guy yesterday about being on my show. And wow, all I can say is wow. Frank Lopes was telling me about, I saw him on Frank's show. What's up, Ty? Eric, how you doing? So I saw this guy and we were talking about some things, and he noticed that I have Jim Estes. How in the world are you? Ilana, how are you? Noticed some things, right? And so I was talking to another buddy of mine today that was really disrespected by somebody big time, and this is not a guy you want to do this to. What's up, Sandy? Thought this may be about something else. Well, hey, it is. So, look, we've all been bitten by snakes. All of us. We've all been bitten by snakes. What's up, Pete? Peter, how you doing? So, right, we've all been bitten by snakes. And I'm not talking about the ones that are slithering around on the ground and give you the warning sign of the rattle shaking on their tail. I'm not talking about those kinds of snakes. I'm talking metaphorically. People are there. Look, there are Octavia McDougall. How in the Octavia? I literally was thinking about you the other day. I need to call you and we need to catch up. I'm talking about the people that that you think are gonna be the right person to have in your life, that's gonna help you in life, or whatever. You know who I'm talking about because you've been bitten by them. I've been bitten by them. We've all been bitten by them, right? But what happens after you get bitten by the snake? What do you do? Do you sit around and look, and this would be a real snake bite, right? Do you just sit around and look at it and complain to everybody like, oh my God, I can't believe it. Look, I got bitten by a snake. Do you do that? Is that the best course of action to take if you're bitten by a snake? And the answer is quite apparent, right? Like, no, go get some freaking help, man. Like, I don't know if cutting it open with a knife and sucking the juice out is real and spitting it out or whatever, but get some help for the snake bite, man, because that venom, it'll get in your veins and it will kill you. It will kill you, right? So in life, there are snakes among us. They are. And those snakes are not like real snakes, right? They don't slither around on the ground and shake their tails and rattles and warn you that they're getting ready to bite you. These are people that paint themselves as saviors, as people that are there to help you. And yeah, there's a few. And they're the good guys, the people that are on your side and they're going to help you out and blah, blah, blah. And then they bite you. But here's the thing. I think that we all know, right? Because in Jack Canfield's book, The Success Principles, the very first thing that he talks about is taking 100% responsibility for every single outcome in your life. And when you take 100% responsibility for everything in your life, it's very difficult to blame other people for your crap. It's very difficult. I mean, you can still do it, but it doesn't serve anything. Doesn't serve the world, doesn't serve you. Hey, Joanne, how are you? So it doesn't serve anything good in your life at all. And I liken it to getting bit by a real snake. You're not going to sit around and just stare at the bite and complain to everybody with ears about the snake that bit you and how awful it feels and how bad it is and blah, blah, blah. It's a snake bite, man. Go get some help. Go seek medical attention. Like, do something about it, right? Take some action. So when a person, that snake, bites you, what do you do? Do you complain about it? Do you give it any attention? Or like Damien Boudreau told me yesterday, dude, you got to reframe it. You got to take what happened and you got to reframe it. Edwin, how in the world are you, brother? You got to reframe it. You can't look at it as, oh, poor me, because then you're a victim. And A, nobody likes a victim. B, victims aren't normally very successful at anything besides complaining about their victimhood. So, like, you've got to do something with what happened, the tragedy, whatever it was. I don't care what it was. I've been through so many things in life, whatever. It is what it is. You've got to learn to reframe it. Like, reframe that up here. Look for the silver lining. It doesn't mean that, I mean, there are bad things happen in life. I get that. I totally understand that. Bad things happen to good people. Get my best anti-venom to recover. Right. You got to take action to get the venom out of your life, right? The venom being the person, the snake that bit you left this venomous poison there, right? That happens to everybody. Everybody's been through it. But the most successful people that I know on this planet, Scott Simons is on here. He's one of them. He's not a snake. I mean, he's one of the most successful people I know. He's a good dude. So you've got to take that and you got to reframe it. You've got to reframe it up here. You have to find the good in what happened. Writing your story can be a great therapy. That's right, Brenda. And Misha, how you doing? So take the snake bite. Don't let the venom, don't let it stay in you. I'm telling you, if you let that, and if you talk about it and complain about it and all of that, like, you just give it more power. You give it more power. When I wrote my book, I told this story. It's an old I think it's an old Hindu story, but this story about these two monks that are walking down this very narrow mountainous road, and there's a cliff on both sides, and there's this giant mud puddle, and there's this woman standing there trying to cross this mud puddle, but she can't do it without getting her dress all nasty. And so one of the monks doesn't even think about it. He just picks her up, walks down into the mud puddle, and puts her down on the other side. And the other monk looks at him like, dude, have you lost your marbles? Like, what are you doing? We're not allowed to touch women. Oh my gosh, that's against everything in our religion. You can't touch women. Oh my gosh. And so what happens is they're walking down the road, and this guy's thinking all this, doesn't say anything. Then finally he breaks silence and he says, dude, you picked up a woman. You touched a woman. You know we're not allowed to do that. And the monk that picked the woman up looks at him and says, dude, I put her down back at the mud puddle a couple miles ago, and you're still carrying her. Like, you got to let go of all that stuff. You play a part in everything. I play a part in everything. If something doesn't work out, what was I going to gain out of it? What was it that I was hoping to gain out of a relationship, be it business or personal, or what was my gain? What's my part in it? I have to look at me and clean my side of the street, make sure it's all clean. And the other side, hey man, karma's whatever, right? Karma will handle it. You've got to focus on you and what you need to do to get that venom out of your life. Get it out of your body. If a real snake were to bite you and injected its venom into your body, I guarantee you, unless you're a complete idiot, you would immediately think, I got to get help. I got to get medical attention now. I got to get this venom out of my body, right? It's the same thing when a real person snake bites you. You got to get rid of the venom. Get it out of your body. Get rid of the venom. Get rid of the negativity. Becky Chernick is in the house. Yes, the venom will control you. It will kill you. It will kill you. It causes anger. It causes resentment. It causes you to want revenge. And, it's like the old Confucius saying, if you're going to seek revenge, dig 2 graves. Like, you can't do that. You cannot do that. You've got to get it out of your life. Get it out of your body. Reframe it. Write about it. Get an iPad and an Apple Pencil or a piece of paper and a pen and write about it. Write all about it. Write all your anger out on that piece of paper and then let it go. Let it go. Bless the person that hurt you. Just bless them. Let it go. Because you're holding back blessings. And that's exactly what Damien said to me yesterday. He's like, dude, you got to let these things go, man. Like, there's this massive beast inside of you that wants out, that wants to go out and spread joy and happiness and love to the world. And you let little things that occurred that you think went the wrong way, but they didn't go the wrong way. They went the way they were supposed to go for your benefit. And I was like, wow, that is so true, man. That's so true. So you got to get that venom out of your body, out of your life. Get rid of it completely. So anyway, I really have been thinking a lot about that. And then I get this call from somebody today, a friend of mine that literally was like, I can't even believe this happened and blah, 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 blah. And I said, dude, you got to let it go, man. You're way above that. You're way, way, way above that. Just let it go. Let it go. Things are not always going to go. I mean, things aren't always going to go the way we want them to go. Right? They're not. They're just not going to go. Like that happens. That's life. You got to let go of it, though. You got to let go of it. Don't be held captive and prisoner by other people's stuff. And here's the other side of it is you had something to do with it. You played a part in it. You played a part in it. I've heard Jack Canfield write about it in the Success Principles. I've heard Grant Cardone talk about it. I've heard all these people say, a car accident. What if you would have left a couple of minutes earlier? You would have avoided it, maybe. I don't know. But I'm not saying, it's your fault if somebody comes up and slams into you. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, like, reframe the things that are happening. Reframe the things that are happening in your life. If it's good, great. If it's bad, good. That means there's a lesson in it for you. Take that pain, reframe it, and use that pain to build a foundation that will catapult you in the direction that you want to go. But it's like the snake bite. It's like the snake bite. When somebody does you wrong, do them right by blessing them and letting it go. Just send them silent blessings. I'm telling you, it works. I've done it. I have done it. It's why I was able to get sober 16 years ago and still be sober today. Because I don't hang on to that stuff. I don't hang on to it. You've got to learn to let it go. There's still little bits and pieces of this and that. And that's what Damien Boudreau and I were talking about yesterday. Little bits and pieces of things. Andrea Levine, how in the world are you? So, just let it go. Let it go. Get rid. Eric Brower, what's up, dude? You got it. When a snake bites you in real life, a real snake, if it were to bite you and inject the venom, you're going to do everything you can to get that venom out of your body, right? Because you don't want it to bring you down. You don't want it to kill you. You don't want to die from it. Well, it's the same thing when a snake in life bites you, when a person hurts you, when something doesn't go the way that you want it to go. Don't hang on to it and tell everybody with ears about how bad it was or how bad this or that. Let it go. Learn from it and move on. Learn from it and move on. Learn from it and find the gift in it. That's the hard part. Find the gift. Find the blessing in the bad thing. There's definitely a blessing in it, I promise you. I promise you. You can always find the good. But the flip side of that is you can always find the bad as well. And what's interesting about life is whatever it is you're focusing on is typically what's going to show up. So if you're focusing on the bad stuff that happened or things that went wrong or things that this person did you wrong or that person did you wrong or I worked for this guy or I worked for that girl over there, I did, and they blah, 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 blah. We've all heard it. We've all done it. I've done it. We've all done it, right? The true blessings in life come when you can let it go. Let it go. Get the venom out of your life. Get it out of your life because it's venom. It's poison. It will take you down. And you do find what you're looking for. I agree 1,000%. So I just wanted to come on and rant about that for a minute and say, I think y'all are awesome. Holy moly, there's Chad Pittenger. Chad, how in the world are you doing, man? How in the world are you doing? Good to see you, bro. So listen, thank you guys. I appreciate all of you coming on. I've seen it popping up on my screen. So thank you to everyone who shared this out. I have a legend sales trainer coming on the show tomorrow, Breakthrough Walls. I have Ben Gay coming on, and he is a legendary trainer. So I'm excited to have him on tomorrow, and keep an eye out. I appreciate you, Eric. Thank you. Thank you, Sandy. I just wanted to talk about it because so many people, you know, yesterday I interviewed Dr. Cherie Carter Scott, and she's been on Oprah twice. She has one book that's sold over 4 million copies in 40 different languages, right? And she's amazing. She's known as the mother of coaching. She started coaching before coaching was coaching back in 1974. And she was on, and I said, what do you think the number one thing is that holds people back in life? And she barely hesitated and quickly said, fear. And I thought about that because a lot of people answer that question, fear, right? But fear of what? Fear of what, right? What is it that you fear that holds you back? You fear somebody did you wrong, and if you put it all out there again, they're going to do you wrong again, or somebody else is going to do you wrong, or maybe you won't take that chance. You know, I've heard people. I'm involved in a couple of network marketing companies, and I've heard people literally say, "Oh, I won't do network marketing. No way. I did that one time, or I've tried it 3 or 4 different times with these other companies, and man, it just didn't work. It's just a big pyramid scheme, and the people at the top all get rich, and everybody down here." And it's like, what? Okay, there are people getting rich in the deal, and they're you know, in a lot of companies, it's a good product, it's a good service, it's whatever, right? And it's life changing in some things, but like, you're never gonna do it again because it did. Like, are you married? Is that the only woman you ever asked out? Is that the only dude you ever approached? Like, what? Like, that's the most, but that's fear, right? It's all fear. And I'm not judging. I've been there. 1,000 times been there. I get it. But like, you don't like, well, I tried walking when I was 12 months old and I fell down and cracked my head, and man, that was it. No more for me. Nope. No way. That's a scheme. All those other people out here walking around, that's a big pyramid scheme. I know what's up. I'm just going to scoot around all my life. No, dude, like you get up and try again until you walk. Like that's just crazy. That's like saying you got food poisoning and you'll never eat again. Right. Like, you don't just say, "Oh, well, that didn't work out." Or, "I had a job once. Man, that place was awful. I'm never getting another job again. I won't be working." Nope. No. Every time I try it, it hurts. It hurts, so I can't do it. That's crazy. But that's literally the mindset, right? Like, it's like, no, dude, that's not the way life works. Like, I don't even know how many MLMs I've done, how many network marketing companies I've tried, how many affiliate marketing deals, and I've made tons of money in some of them, and I've not lost money, but I've you know, whatever. It doesn't matter. Doesn't mean I'm going to stop trying. What? Like, no, if the right thing comes, yeah, a scooter. I'm a scooter. So like, no, dude, you just keep going. You keep going. Like and so people get stuck in that. They get stuck in that fear, and that fear holds them back from amazing blessings in life. Amazing blessings. So if a snake bites you, go get help, man. Go get help. Get that venom out. That's what your natural reaction should be. Survival, right? You want to survive. So if a snake bites you, you want to get the venom out of your body. If a person, the metaphor here, right? The person, the snake, bites you and hurts you in some way, you can't let that venom stay in your body. You got to get it out of your mind, out of your soul, out of your spirit. You have to be able to reframe that. You have to reframe that. You have to reframe it. So, and if you didn't catch the beginning of this, go back and listen to, it's pretty much what I was saying. Go to the con man clinic immediately. That's right. I mean, dude, there's snakes everywhere in life. They're everywhere. And unfortunately, they don't have rattles on their tail. They don't warn you that they're going to bite you. They don't. However, I believe that we all have an internal guidance system. Hey, Larry, how you doing? We have this internal guidance system, right? Dan Kelleher, Dan the Waterman in the house. And so you have, and Dan, I followed you on Instagram today, and I'm pretty sure you didn't follow me back, dude. What's that all about? So James, how are you? So you have an internal guidance system. That internal guidance system tells you, hey, you might want to watch out. You might want to look out. This isn't good. This isn't good. But you stick with it anyway. You stick with it anyway because you think that, I don't know, the circumstances will change, the person will change, this will happen, that will happen. But what's the payoff for you? If those things did change and went the way you were hoping they would go, there's a payoff for you, right? Think about that. That's why you stay in situations that involve sometimes not just one snake, it might be an entire pit filled with snakes, and you stay in it anyway because there's a payoff for you. There's something you will gain from it, right? Think about it. Seriously, if you're honest with yourself. I can be honest with myself. I've stayed in many situations because that were not good. In any way were they good. I compromised my own integrity to stay in those situations at times. And because in the end, I thought if it changes, if it goes the way I really initially thought it was going to go, well, the payoff for me is going to be blah, 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 whatever it is, right? And then it doesn't change, and maybe it even gets worse, it gets worse, until finally your entire body is covered in snake bites, and you're like, dear God, help me, I'm covered in snake bites, and I'm a victim. No, you stayed in it. Get out. Get out. Brenda, thank you for popping on. I appreciate it. Get out. Don't be a victim. Be a victor. Get out and get that snake venom out of your life and out of your body and out of your mind and out of your heart and out of your soul. Get rid of it. Get rid of it. Reframe the whole situation. Look at your part in it. And your happiness is not contingent on somebody else taking responsibility for hurting you. And if it is, you may want to go see somebody about that because nobody else can control your happiness or your sadness. That's why they say, look, money is not the root of all evil. If you are an idiot before you get money, there's a pretty good chance you're just going to be a rich idiot after you get money. If you're a really good person before you get money, pretty good chance you'll be a really good person after you get money. An abundance of cash only magnifies what's already there. It's like, I was talking again, Damien Boudreau yesterday. We both know Grant Cardone. Grant's got all kinds of money. The dude's a nice guy. He's genuinely, I've hung out with him. He's a really genuinely good person. And we both agreed on that. Not everybody likes him because they don't understand that, that's not, sometimes some of the things he says or does may not be in their taste or whatever. I don't know. I don't care. I know the guy. I've hung out with him. I know he's a good dude. So you've got to just say, look, this situation felt like a snake bite. This person, this situation, this whatever, it bit me and it hurt. And now you take that and go, okay, number one, what was I going to gain out of the situation? And number two, how do I get rid of this venom? Well, the way you get rid of the venom out of your body, out of your life, out of your soul and your spirit is the very best thing I ever did was I started sending silent blessings to the people that caused me harm. And I did not mean I wanted them to be blessed at first, because I didn't. I remember my first sponsor in Alcoholics Anonymous telling me that I had to pray for the people, the one person that caused a lot of harm to me and in childhood. And I said, I'm not praying for that moron. I'll pray for him to burst into flames. He goes, well, that's a start. I mean, you gotta just bless and let him go. Send him blessings and let him go. And that's how you get the venom. That's where you start. And you reframe it. You got to reframe the entire situation. Like, okay, my responsibility in this is there was something that I was going to gain. What was that? Oh, yeah, I don't know, whatever. That was going to be my sugar mama, or that was going to be my sugar daddy, or that was going to be I'm just making stuff up. That was going to be, that was it. I was going to become a multi-millionaire, and that was going to solve all of my happiness problems or whatever, right? So, look at it and say, what was I going to gain from that? What was I going to gain from that? What's my part in it? I'm not saying that there aren't evil people in this world that intentionally hurt people, because there are, and that's unfortunate, but there are. But if you happen to be in the path of one of them and they hurt you, you can't hang on to that pain. It will destroy your life. It'll cause disease and sickness and illness, and it'll cause all kinds of issues in your life. So you got to learn to let it go, reframe it, find the blessing in it. Well, this person did this to me, and now I know I was walking down that street, and every time I walk down that street, I get beat up and mugged and robbed at gunpoint. There's a lesson there, okay? You've been down that street like 2 or 3 times, and every time you go down it, you get robbed at gunpoint and beat up. Here's an idea. Don't go down that street anymore. There's the lesson. See, there's a blessing in it. Like, now I know exactly which street not to go down. There's a blessing. You just have to reframe it. You have to reframe it. And you may not even known that was a bad street until you went down it and you're like, oh, man, did not see that coming. That's a bad street. So just reframe things. Learn to reframe it. I'm telling you, once you start reframing things and don't walk... I would never walk down that street in York, Pennsylvania, right? So we can learn from other people's pain as well. And unfortunately, that's sad. What happened to Ray Abood? Got shot down there in the leg in York, Pennsylvania. It's like a little town. They're like, what? Well, I mean, it's not little, but it's small enough. So, Julie, you're welcome. Thank you for being on here. I appreciate it. So, look, just those snake bites in life, treat them just like you would a real snake bite. A real snake bite, you're not going to just sit and look at and show it to everybody and go, look, I got bit by a snake, and oh, it was a big, mean, nasty snake, and oh, it hurts so. You're not going to do that. Or if you could, I suppose, but you're going to die. Like, it's going to kill you. Like, hey, there's venom entering your body, and its primary purpose is to kill you, for the snake to eat you, right? So, like the opposite of allowing that to surge through your veins is get it out of your veins. So when life comes at you like that, when bad people hurt you, you got to learn to let it go. You have to let it go. Triage, learn, and move on. Right. Get out a knife. Get out your knife and cut. I'm kidding. Don't do that. Like, you got to get the venom out of your body, right? You got to get the venom out of your body. So when a person hurts you, when a person bites you, when they hurt you, you can't hang on to that. It will destroy you. And I am speaking from experience. I promise you. Send them blessings. Keep positive energy in your life. Keep positive thoughts in your life. And wear your scars well. That's it. You got to wear your scars well. You have to. We all do. We've all been hurt. We've all been hurt. All of us. My 8-year-old daughter was telling me last night, she jumped up on the bed to tell me goodnight, and we're sitting there talking, and she says, there was this girl at school. She goes, I have to jump up on the bed. And I said, yeah. And she goes, it's because I'm so little. And I said, you are little. She's a little firecracker. And she says, somebody was making fun of me at school about being little. I said, that's about them, honey, not about you. I said, how do you feel about your height? And she's like, I think it's great. I'm better at doing back bends and gymnastics than she is. And I said, well, there you go. She reframed it. That's right. Exactly. You're more nimble, right? You have a lower center of gravity. It's all good. So like I said, that's not, when somebody picks on you or says something like that, that's not about you. That's about them. Let them own that. Let them own that. Right. Maybe she's too big. So again, you gotta just look at yourself. Don't hang on to the poison. Get the venom out of your body. Get it out of your life. Get it out of your life. Seriously, get it out of your life. Because the people that have hurt you, that's not about you. That's about them. Feel sorry for them. Send them blessings. Send them prayers. Whatever you do. Turn it over to something outside of you. I'll call you, Dan. I will call you. So listen, make sure you guys are on the show tomorrow. I have an awesome guest on that is a legend sales trainer, and I mean a legend. You will see. He was friends with Zig Ziglar. He is an amazing man. Wait until you see this dude tomorrow. You guys have an awesome night. And yes, Ben Gay the third, right? Ben Gay the third or the second? Is it I think it's the third. I'm getting it wrong. It's Ben Gay the third. Yes, Ben Gay the third. Amazing dude. I mean, amazing guy. Wait till you guys see this guy tomorrow. He's incredible. So appreciate all of you being on here. I thank you for jumping on. Thank you for the shares. Everybody that shared this out, y'all rock. Appreciate y'all. Get the venom out of your life. Go look at all those old snake bites. Figure out, write it out. Figure out how to get rid of it. Because that poison will take you down. It'll kill you. Have a great day. Peace.